Okay, I hope you guys know how much I love making personal videos where I share my story, hoping to motivate you guys and inspire you to learn English. So today I want to share another story with you, one that I hope will serve as a reminder that behind every achievement, there are other people who contribute to our success. You see, learning a new language is often seen as an individual effort. It's important to acknowledge the help and resources that played a significant role in our journey. Before I dive into my story, let's talk a little bit about this culture of self-reliance that prevails in our society nowadays. I feel like these days so many people love saying that, oh my god, look at me, I achieved everything myself. While it's true that personal effort and determination are vital, we should also remember that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but strength. So why did I even decide to make this video? I think the main reason is because I just got fed up with all of the comments asking me, how did you learn English by yourself? What did you do to improve your English by yourself? And guys, in reality, I didn't do everything by myself. There were numerous people and resources that played a crucial role, and I will be forever grateful to them. So today I want to be 100% transparent with you and tell you guys about all the people who helped me and share with you guys a few resources that really helped me improve my English. So first and foremost, I owe a huge debt of gratitude to my English teacher. She taught me English one-on-one when I was a high school student. I come from a medium-sized town. It's really rare for us back there to have teachers who are native speakers. Most of the English teachers are non-native speakers, and she was a non-native speaker. But guys, she was an amazing professional. I think she made me realize that you can and you should learn English because nowadays it's just so important. But also she made me feel okay if I ever made a mistake in English. She never judged, she just corrected me and we moved on. That's it. Her guidance and this kind of unwavering support really helped me in difficult times. And she's actually the person who inspired me to read my very first book in English. And if you guys are curious, what was the very first book I read in English? It's this one, The Story of Tracy Baker by Jacqueline Wilson. I used to love this book when I was a kid, and I originally read it in my native language. And then when I felt like, I was ready to start reading in English, obviously my choice was that book because it's something that I absolutely loved reading as a kid. And guys, if you want to read this book too, you will find the link in the description. But all I can say is it's an extremely funny read. And especially if you're focused on British English, that is an amazing book because it's written in British English. And so basically my English teacher at the time really made me realize that learning a language is not one size fits all. And the same thing is true about your work and creativity. And so that's why I invite you guys to subscribe to Skillshare to explore your interests and try something new. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, and the reason why I love them so much is because they always help me develop my skills or explore my creative interests and learn something new. Recently, I realized that I've been struggling with time management a little bit, so I decided to go on Skillshare and I found this amazing course titled Productivity for Creators, Systems, Organization, and Workflow. And this course helped me so freaking much because now I feel like I can make more time for the things that are truly important to me. So guys, if you want to learn a new skill or explore your creative interests, make sure to give Skillshare a try. You will absolutely love it. The first 1,000 people to use this link will get 1 whole month free trial on Skillshare. So make sure to go to the description of this video and click the link. Let's right now move on to the second thing that I'm extremely grateful to. And this is the resource, the podcast called All Ears English. This is the show that made me work on my listening skills, which were pretty bad at the time, and motivated me to learn new vocabulary. A few months ago, they posted this episode about phrasal verbs, and it was so interesting for me to click on it right now, all of those years later, and feel confident, right? Feel like I understand every single word they're saying, because at the time when I first discovered their show, Guys, I could only understand like 40 or 50%, but I loved their podcast and I was extremely motivated to improve my listening skills. So if you want to improve your listening skills and you're looking for just one resource, you're like, Veronika, just give me one resource. This is the resource I recommend. For example, this episode that I was just talking about is about phrasal verbs. So phrasal verbs that can bail you out in English. And basically here in this episode, they talk a lot about this verb to bail. For example, have you ever bailed out a friend, or did a friend bail on you? Additionally, I'm extremely grateful to all of my language partners and exchange students, for example, in my university who wanted to speak English to me, who wanted to help me improve my speaking skills. All of those conversations, whether online or in person, helped me gain confidence and become a better English speaker. And that's why I stand behind speaking clubs, because they help me so much improve my speaking skills. Guys, you cannot even imagine how many amazing people I met through different speaking clubs. And that's exactly why I decided to create my own, because I wanted to give this platform or this amazing resource for all the different students where they could come and speak English to people from different countries. For example, let's say you're from Japan, right? And in my speaking club, you could be speaking to people from Peru or Turkey, like all over the world. And obviously, traveling might be expensive, or this is not something you want to do right now, but you do want to talk to people from different countries and different cultures, and you want to learn more about them. So that's why I am in love with speaking clubs. And I always tell you guys, if you have a chance to join a speaking club, whether online or in person, do it. It's an amazing thing. So now I want to give you guys 2 book recommendations that highlight the importance of asking for help and emphasize the significance of remaining humble throughout our journey. So the first book is called Give and Take by Adam Grant. The book basically talks about how for generations we all emphasize like our personal success. People value hard work and luck and talent. And again, I'm not saying that all of those things are not important. They are. However, nowadays more and more people have started to notice that success is dependent on how we interact with others. This is basically a book about that, about being a giver or a taker. And guys, if you don't think you want to read this book, if maybe you're not a fan of reading in general, you can watch the TED Talk that the author gave, I think a few years ago. This video on YouTube now has over 3 million views, and it's titled, Are You a Giver or a Taker? So I hope you guys will give it a try. And the second book is called The Go-Giver by Bob Burg and John Mann. The book offers a refreshing perspective on the importance of giving and receiving. And again, it basically reminds us that success is built on mutual collaboration and support. And as always, the links to these books will be in the description down below. So to wrap up this video, I just want to tell you guys that yes, everything you are doing to improve your English is valid and legit. It is your determination, it is your time and your effort, and all of these things are important. However, we also have to acknowledge all the amazing people that helped us along the way and all the resources we used along the way, because the resources, I feel like it's something that so many people just take for granted, right? They're like, oh, I'm using this great book to learn English, but I never even think about the fact that someone has put in so much work to create this book, and that I should take a moment to feel at least a little bit grateful, and also maybe share this book with other people to help them learn English. And guys, as a reminder, if you want to get 1 month free on Skillshare and learn something new, become a more creative person, make sure to use the link in my description. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.